How's it going, everybody? I'm back in Fallout 4 again at Starlight Drive-In. This time, I'm gonna be doing the second floor of the big build, the mall. So this is actually gonna be like a hotel, motel type of deal. And so this right here, I'm actually just building bunk beds. Uh, it's pretty simple. It's just a bed pillar glitched on top of another bed. And then I made like 4 or 5 of them, and I'm gonna place them into each of the rooms. And I actually forgot one set, so one of the rooms ends up being a little bit different. So my idea for this was hotels and motels are pretty similar, they're pretty uniform, so each of the rooms is going to have really similar decoration. Not necessarily. It's going to be the same idea but different items. So right here was actually supposed to be the front desk. Have like a secretary or something like that work in the front desk, and this was with Aslam's decoration workshop decoration pack. I just used the desk clutter, and because you don't really have this type of thing, these type of items for uh, decorating from any other mod. And so I went ahead and just picked this one because it's got the clipboard and a pen, and I just imagined that whoever the secretary is just filling out names and figuring everything out. And then I placed down a light over the table. And right there, that jump cut, all that was me actually. I went and put wires around the building to provide light to all the different rooms, or provide electricity to all the different rooms, because I just had kind of done it to the first floor. And so, yeah, I just went ahead and picked that chair. And so right here, I'm putting these paintings down because in my original build, I had paintings everywhere, and I didn't want to not include paintings of some kind. I definitely wasn't going to do what I did in the old one, where I just kind of had like a million paintings all over the place. But I kind of want to have a painting in each room, so that's kind of what I did. These two were out here. That ends up being actually the one for the room to the left, I think. And then now I'm just trying to figure out which paintings I've actually placed down. That's all that I'm doing right there. Uh, but I end up placing a painting in each of the rooms just to kind of, like I said, be uniform in all the rooms. Also to break up the textures of the walls because, like I said in the previous build, I don't have that many wall options. So like you'll notice that there's a lot of duplicate textures. So a lot of the walls are the same because if you have a room with more than like 5 or 6 walls and you're trying not to use like, I didn't want to use metal. I don't like using metal tab because it just looks odd to me compared to everything else. And I don't know. I just am not a huge fan of the metal tab. But yeah, I also wanted to add little clocks in each of the rooms. Right here, I'm just trying to figure out where to put it. And I end up putting it on like the intersection of walls pretty much all over the build, kind of anywhere there's a post or a beam or something like that. So it kind of makes sense that it's hanging on something. On this wall, I did it on the midsection of this. But I also wanted to have some furniture in each of the rooms, but I didn't want to use the same type of furniture because, I mean, you're not going to find like 5 or 6 of the same couch. That doesn't make any sense. So there's a different couch in each one of the rooms. And yeah, I was just trying to make it look kind of like a hotel. If you've ever been to a hotel, pretty much all the rooms are the same. They're the same decorations, pretty much, and it's just very uniform. And so that's what I was trying to do, but unlike a hotel, I wanted it to be somewhat different. Because, I mean, almost every hotel I've ever been to, if you go from one room to the other, it's almost a mirror. So, I mean, like, I wanted it to be different, but the same concept, you know? So, different types of couches and stuff that they've scavenged from different places, and then also uh, I was gonna have dressers in each of the rooms because every hotel I've ever been to also has dressers everywhere. I don't know why. I've never seen someone actually like unpack in a hotel room. That seems crazy to me. And right here, I'm just trying to figure out what to do with the dresser, and I was trying not to repeat it again, so I actually opt to use this cabinet because it's got a bunch of drawers. And then in some of the other rooms, I actually use the same dresser. I just use the smaller one right here. I don't know why I'm going so far. I don't know what I was thinking. Who knows? I'm like searching through. I thought maybe that one, but no. What are you doing? And then I realize, hey, I changed that because that wooden piece kind of sticks through uh, the floor, and so I had wanted to use one of the bigger cabinets, but I ended up using the smaller dresser, and then that smaller cabinet in here. And so for those, I actually wanted to have something in front of each of them, but for these rooms, I didn't have an idea for dressers, so. And then up by the front desk, I wanted to have a magazine rack so that people could get magazines, take them to their rooms, or maybe while they're sitting there waiting to get checked in or whatever, they also could just read a magazine. But it kind of glitched in the floor whenever I got rid of the rug, but I didn't like how high it was off the ground with the rug, so I don't bother with it. And then I also placed a bench just in case there's more than one person in line instead of having to stand. And like I said, in front of each of the couches, I was going to put kind of a table or whatever, but since those other rooms, the tables were kind of also like cabinets and dressers and stuff, I just chose those because they kind of were just two-in-ones, and these ones are just tables. And so, like I said, it was just these two rooms. And now I'm just kind of looking to see if there's any miscellaneous items I can kind of put in the rooms to make them look a little bit different. And I start doing just the decorations. And so I wanted to have a radio in each of the rooms, kind of as entertainment. I just choose the Diamond City radio because that's what I like listening to, but I don't understand why you can't just tune it to whatever. I just, in my mind, that's what it is. So I wanted a radio in each of the rooms. Most of them I chose to put them in front of the couch just because, like, I don't know. It's just like a TV, I guess. You kind of have it just in front of the couch just because, so you can sit on the couch and enjoy whatever form of entertainment. And this one happens to be a radio. And then I start using Candlelight because at first I didn't want to have lights in the rooms. Again, I just don't like using light bulbs and stuff. Having light bulbs and stuff definitely helps, and it helps not kind of repeat the same thing over and over because there's not a bunch of candle like styles. I wish that there was more types of candles. You see them throughout the game kind of scattered, and I'm like, why can I not use that single candle or anything like that? And that frustrates me so much. The only other option is kind of the ones that are from the Children of Adam with the fusion cores on the bottom, but I don't like to use those because I mean they're themed for that reason. And so now it's kind of just throwing around clutter. Wooden crates doesn't really make a whole lot of sense in a hotel room, but the only reason I did that was in case like the people didn't have a whole lot of storage and this space isn't really being used. So my idea for that was just storage, more storage. And there's not like closets, so uh, there is an idea I had for like a closet type of thing in the extra room that I end up doing as like it's kind of like a VIP room. Uh, it's got a single bed and it's got a chair and all sorts of like stuff is underneath the bed because that's kind of what I do. I try to pretend that these are occupied whenever I start placing stuff in them. Uh, it's kind of why I have all these crates and stuff. or like this is what I'm referring to, is stuff underneath them. Foot lockers, bags, stuff like that. I put those kinds of things underneath the beds because I want it to seem like the rooms actually are occupied by people instead of just being vacant. So people have their items kind of stuffed under the bed. I also do that in almost all of my builds just because, like, getaway bags, you know? Uh, that's kind of my idea behind those. And then I wanted to have some random clutter in the rooms just to kind of make it a little bit different. And then this is the one bedroom that I was referring to that's going to be a little bit different than all of the other ones. This one is just going to be a single person's room instead of like the other ones where it was bunk beds where you'll share with somebody. This is going to be just a single bed with a lot of clutter underneath it, so it looks like one person. It's kind of who's actually kind of set up a little bit is standing here. It could be one of the merchants, it could be one of the traveling caravans, or maybe just some wealthy wastelander, something like that, some scavenger that just got a lot of loot or something. And yeah, it's just a room for one person. And I can't get this first aid pack to click. And then just a couple of bags underneath. As you can see, there was like a foot locker and a bag and a first aid kit and a duffel bag and all sorts of stuff. So like I just pretended that this person is actually pretty set up and pretty well off in the wasteland, not quite the poor commoner in the town. So again, I wanted to have a dresser in this room. So it ends up being the same dresser as the other rooms. I was trying to get a little bit closer to the wall without rug glitching it, but I didn't. And then a little nightstand by the bed. It's the only room that has a nightstand. I end up going with this small little end table. And yeah, so my other intentions for the last room, you've probably noticed it, I haven't been in there a single time, is a clinic. So I said I wanted a clinic in the second floor. It's kind of a little bit off from all the other rooms. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but I just imagine that that's just where they set up. Maybe the clinic was the first thing that was built on this floor, and then they kind of built the hotel around it or something like that. Who knows? But that's just where I wanted it because it was the biggest room on the floor, and I like how it turns out. It looks awesome. So just have a few lights in the room, stuff like that, and a few little decorations. Don't know exactly when I pull out OCD or OC Decorator and start doing stuff. I think it's closer to the end, but like I said, just some scattered decorations. So on the channel recently, at this point, I think that we are over 150 subs. I'm not 100%. I record these videos ahead of time, so this audio is being recorded before it actually comes out. And at this moment, we're really close at least. We may be past by the time this video actually gets uploaded. And that's awesome. That's a lot of subs, in my opinion. It's just crazy that there's that many people that want to watch my videos or want me to make videos. But yeah, it kind of blows my mind. Like I said before, I kind of didn't want to put lights in each of the rooms, but I end up putting these ceiling fans in all of the rooms just to kind of make it a little bit more comfortable for whoever's staying here. And yeah, there we go. As you can see, like, not all the rooms get light to them or get electricity to them, so that's what that little jump cut right there was me actually moving the lines up to the front of the building. And I think it's this video. Actually, I haven't done the third floor yet as of me recording this. So I actually uh, need to do that. But my intentions for the third floor are going to be like a restaurant, bar, like food court type of thing. And this room's actually the clinic, like I said. And so I wanted kind of a little waiting area out front because, I mean, maybe there's a lot of patients. Who knows? But this is actually a pretty, like, fancy medical facility. Right here, I'm just kind of spacing the chairs out a little bit better. And to avoid having too many of the same pieces in a row, I went ahead and switched up all the chairs. It's different chairs throughout it. And then with USO, you actually get like damaged versions of the console things that came with Vault-Tec. So I put those in here just to kind of pretend that they're medical equipment. Uh, I don't know if that's what they actually were intended for, but that's what I imagine them as. I don't know, run tests, stuff like that. Who knows? Uh, and then just random decorations. So like right here, I just put a water cooler out by the chairs in case the people are waiting for maybe the person having surgery or they're waiting to be actually treated or sold medications and drugs and stuff like that. And this is actually going to be like a surgery center type of thing. And that's why I have oxygen tanks, hospital lights, and a surgery bed or a gurney. Yeah. But I also have a wheelchair in case maybe someone needs to be wheeled to a room. If they just had surgery and they're also renting a room, they can go wherever they need to go. And then, like I said, this is a pretty high-tech facility. I don't actually know why I couldn't get that x-ray box to pop up. But it wasn't popping up for a while, and then right here I decided to place one of these down, but I ended up moving this. I don't know why I decided to put it on that wall. Or I didn't, maybe not. I thought I was going to, and I was just trying to find spaces that I could fit it. And I thought about putting it there, but I really didn't like it there, so I ended up moving it right over the hospital bed, and just so that maybe the doctor is able to see the x-rays. And then I actually put a crib because if this is a surgery center, they're more than likely able to like deliver babies. I would think. Uh, it's not always true in hospitals, but whatever. And I just placed that by the window. If anybody understands why you would do that, good on you. Uh, but then just a couple of boxes to make it look like they've got supplies kind of stacked up in here. And then I put a couple of file boxes underneath. I think I put a white box down, maybe not, never mind. Yeah, so I used these files. I thought that they were going to actually pop into the crib, and then I was going to have to move the crib and then place these and then maybe rug glitch the crib in. But I did that just in case the doctor has files on patients or something like that, because that's a huge issue in the medical field, is actually keeping records on patients. And then I wanted the doctor to have a desk, so I used the nice Vault-Tec overseer chair and then use Aslam's decoration pack. I just looked to look at which one I had used, so I decided to use the terminal one. And as you can see, huge difference on the outside. I placed down a bunch of signs and stuff like that because it's supposed to be like a huge super center or whatever, mall type of thing. And then you can see the Kim I Care sign up on the top. I like the way that that looks. It's got red, so it kind of matches the things on the curtain, or the curtain on the window. And then, yeah, as you can see, front desk area for the motel or hotel or whatever. A little waiting area. And then I'll take you through each of the rooms. And they're all pretty similar, like I said. A couple decorations. I didn't really show me actually doing OCD, I guess. I thought I left it in, but I guess I deleted it. Oh well. It's probably just because this video is super long that I cut it out, because it's like 22 minutes long, and I didn't think it needed to be 25 of just me placing down desk fans and cigarettes and ashtrays and stuff. There's ashtrays in all these rooms, and some have cigarettes and some don't. There's also some booze in each of the rooms and some snacks, just like hotels. Snacks, not really a big thing, but alcohol in some hotels, yeah. Uh, some entertainment rather than just the radio. I also placed a couple of other things, like the chessboard in there. I meant to put like a stack of, not a stack, but a stash of bottle caps because I think that those look good. It looks like a box for the game pieces. Some Nuka Colas, potato crisp, and then the last room's got a Radius Blast, I think it's called, the little board game, and then just some junk underneath the bed. Alarm clock over there, a bottle of vodka, and an ashtray. But pretty simple decorations. The one I like the most is the Kim vendor or whatever. There's just a couple of basic Kims on the table. Radaway, Radex. That's a Dick doll, not Jet. Medex and Stimpaks. And I think the decorations of this actually turned out really well. But let me know what you guys think. Check out some other videos while you're here. And yeah, thank you guys for all the support. And I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.